it do, what it do, what it do. I go by the name BREE, representing that self-made hustle TB, where the hustle has to be in you, not on you. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, man. On who? That's something around me. Around me. I mean, hey, that's what I got. Yeah, yeah, yeah. One more jam for the hate ass niggas, man. We gonna stay in the same region where we at. One more jam and we gonna get into the content, man. We gonna have a good day. Man, no haters allowed, boy. You don't get to talk to me, boy. On Hoover. You don't get to talk to me. You don't get to talk to the boss, nigga. You don't get to talk to the boss, cuz. Get up out of here, man. It's 5, 6 in the morning on Hoover. And these niggas chemicals burn. Don't hand out. Ain't shit real. You'll never know. You got to grind on. You want to but the only thing is, hey, there you go. 'Cause, 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 hey, there you go. 'C Now, well, yeah, that game you see, they got aspect. Jealousy, jealousy is another song of that. It is, there was no best in life. Yeah, when I play, I got help. Bang. Oh, no. Let's get it. Let me put this down for a minute because this motherfucker is powerful, man. So, old Bart, old Bart. I came in a little bit early, PD. I see you. Old Bart, man. And he's the oldest. Old Bart, man. Jealousy is a motherfucker, man. Y'all better know, understand that jealousy is a motherfucker, and I kept telling y'all, man. These are star athletes, meaning when you're a star athlete, you get all the females. You might get skipped through class. You good with the teachers. The principal might glide you through when you get in trouble because you're a star athlete. And on top of that, onlookers be looking and they get jealous, dog. I'm telling you, dog. But what is it Bart jealous for? But why would they be hiding so much shit? Like I kept saying it, it's the lies for me. It be the lies for me, dog. Like motherfuckers say they calling his phone, then you say when he came up missing, we calling his phone, but you got his phone. So what are you calling? That's the first lie. We got told, man. Your grandpa called them people and told them y'all don't need a tow. You was on the phone talking about 30 something feet of water. That's what you said. That's what you said on the phone call. Now come to find out, these motherfuckers been sharing the same girl. So when it was a girl, now you can see why they refer to her as like nothing like they, yeah, that girl Katie and all that because she's in a love triangle between, uh, the black guy. She got a hold to the black guy, and the white guy was out of there. Man, do y'all know that this boy Bart, man? I'm gonna let Willie D tell y'all, man. And then we gonna go through a lot of shit today. We gonna go through Nancy with like we gonna go through, man. We gonna go through a lot of shit today. So y'all just sit there, tighten up. I'm here. I'm here. That's why I got up a little bit early. Man, listen, man. Listen, man. You can say what you want to say. Something ain't right about this shit. And we gonna get into Officer Tatum. And I'm gonna explain to you these kind of people that Officer Tatum is, fool. This is why we don't like him, bro. We don't like that nigga, dog. That nigga is not. That nigga wants to be. And it's shout out to all my Caucasian people out there, man. Shout out to y'all. He want to be like y'all, dog. Instead of just be himself and who he is, he want to be like y'all, dog. And he creates narratives that was lies. He got the most views on that shit out of everybody, fool. He got the most views on that shit out of everybody because he chose to pay for them plane tickets to get down there and all that shit and do the interviews down there. Bro, all that shit was foo-foo. I told you I wasn't going back to that nigga page no more. Because I seen what it was about from the jump. Bullshit ass nigga. Damn, I didn't save it. Ain't that a bitch? Hold on real bad. I gotta find this shit, y'all. I could swear I hit the like button on that shit, man. I'm telling y'all, that nigga is a bullshit nigga, bro. All the bloggers see it, dog. People who blog and do this shit, bro, we see that shit from a mile away, bro. Y'all better stop listening to that nigga. That nigga is a narrative spinner for to help them niggas get away with an M1, bro. Nigga, I don't want to hear what they gotta say. I know what I heard on that goddamn phone. I know what I said on. I know what I heard on that phone.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI creation platform.
Shout out to Willie D, man.
Let's see. Was that CEO? Sup? Later admitted he had never been to his house, and they've been best friends since middle school. Now they went through all the middle school, all the high school, and you never been to your best friend's house in a small town? Ocean Springs ain't that big. But you know, Warren told on himself on that interview. He thought he was doing something. See, that's the problem with narcissists, fam. Narcissists always think they're smarter than everybody else.
Hit the like button, man.
We'll come back to this guy. We'll come back to him. But for now, let's focus on this picture right here. This picture, I actually enhanced this picture.
Hold on real fast. Matter of fact, y'all hold on. Hold the fuck on. Because I definitely got this picture. So, what y'all seeing on the screen is you were seeing Katie and BART. Katie and BART. We don't even got to go there. So it says someone posted this of Katie and BART. The girl Katie, I thought they didn't know Katie though. I thought they didn't know Katie.
But the guy in the black shirt is being identified as BART Edmiston. BART Edmiston.
And then y'all go say, well, why the hell are they just trying to save these people? And what are they trying to save? Are they trying to save their careers or something? You gonna see, man. It starts with an N, ends with the letter L, man. We all like it. Us real men, we all like it too.
A prominent family in Ocean Springs, Mississippi, where everybody lived, or most of the people that lived that was involved in the crime, I do believe. Now, BART was the name being yelled out over the phone call, the sinking boat phone call that was made to
So the person who was on the phone was BART. The person who was on the phone call with the 911, whatever the fuck it was, the rescue, it was BART.
Ceto Company. Remember that? So if we rewind a bit, we kept hearing conversations about this girl named Katie. At first, she was the mystery girl. And then somebody gave a name. And then they said, okay, that's Katie. Okay, Katie. So now, this is Katie. This is Katie.
Oh yeah.
And this is Katie, allegedly.
Oh yeah.
They kind of look alike to me. But they're saying that this picture is Katie.
Man,
and
it
this
is.
also
Man,
Katie.
that shit is.
That is Katie with Bart. And then that's Katie
Yes.
superimposed on a picture with Nolan. Don't have a picture of them together. At least one hasn't been produced yet. But that's Nolan Wells, and then next to him is the Katie girl, right? This is the girl that said that she spoke with Nolan before he went missing. She said that she spoke with Nolan briefly on the island, and then he left to go join his buddies back on the boat. Well, the buddies back on the boat, these guys, among others, said that no, he didn't come back and join us. We didn't see him after he spoke to the girl Katie, that we didn't see him anymore. But remember, at first, the friends were saying that he left with a girl that he had never met before.
They are.
And
They
said
are.
they didn't know
Listen.
They act like they
Listen. PD, that's why I got PD over here for a reason. You see, when this type of shit happens, PD, you see how the crowd disperse. You see how they don't stay, they run because they don't like your points. And it ain't nothing you can argue with. You get what I'm saying? They hate this style, PD. Dog, they hate this style. Like, they are elite. Them people are elite where they from, fool. These people are elite, nigga. Nigga, this kid Bart is on the way to the NFL, fool.
If you're struggling with depression and not feeling the comfort and
Man,
peace
fuck
that you
that.
need,
Fuck that. I got the motherfucking photo. Hold on. Fuck that, nigga. I got the shit, nigga. Bro, hold on. Let me get this other photo too, fool. Bro, listen, Brody. Bro, he's on the way to the NFL, cuz. He's on the way to the NFL for being a punter. At Wyoming College. The big one. Pause. Like, they trying to protect his NFL career, cuz.
I invite you to
They
meet
trying
missionaries like me.
They
from the
trying
Church
to,
of Jesus Christ of
hey,
Latter-day
they
Saints.
trying to
We can
protect
help
his
you lift your
NFL
burdens
career,
and trust in
cuz.
Jesus Christ.
Watch
how much
this.
work these youngsters put in to make it to the NFL.
Hey,
And they say this dude got a boot.
a boot on
They
him.
say he can kick it.
Yup.
They say he can kick that ball.
They say he can kick the ball, man.
So it looks like that he had a good opportunity to make it to the NFL. He's on his way. And it looks like that all of that could be coming to a crashing end
Yeah.
if Bart is indeed involved in the
Look, dog.
NFL. And
Look. Y'all think it's a game? Y'all think it's a game, man? Bart is finna go to the league. Bart is about to go to the league, fool. Nigga, it's not a game, dog. It's not a game. But I'm gonna show y'all this though too. This the most important thing about this shit. When I say elite, nigga, elite. Nigga. That's his dad. What? It says MD. Boy, they got that super cake. That super cake. See, these are not nurses' assistants. Like people be talking about they nurses and they nurses' assistants and shit because they wear smocks. Now, this is a doctor. You get what I'm saying? This is that Carmelo Anthony mom. I mean, I said Carmelo Anthony. Uh, Nolan Wells mom. Those are doctors. Doctors. Those are not no play. These are the people that with blood, sweat, and tears in school to be what they are. What they are. Yeah, this guy. That's his daddy, dog. This is him. This is him trying to go to the league. Nigga can kick like a motherfucker. And your daddy is man. These are doctors, dog. Like, what are we talking about? Yeah, doctors, nigga. You can't. Remember what I told y'all about the chain? I told y'all about the chain, fool. It's a chain that has to be broken. And sometimes, like, if they was to put out your money, it put all their money together, all them bad people put their money together, your little money ain't shit to try to fade them. So money don't be meaning shit sometimes, bro. It don't be meaning a bitch ass thing, man. Sometimes, dog, when you dealing with people that's evil and forces, man, hold on, man. We got more, dog. I got more, man. I got more. We gonna go to some more shit, fool. Kind of similar on the same note, and then we gonna go to something else, fool.
Tension can be over there.
This shit is crazy. It's crazy work, dog. Definitely crazy work, fool.
The plot thickens in the Nolan Wells case, y'all. And of course, everything is all alleged. Now, it's been alleged that Katie and Bart had a thing going on. And Bart wasn't just there to celebrate the 4th of July. Bart was there to put an end to that shit that Nolan had going on with Katie. And this is why they lined Nolan up, allegedly. Also, there's a smear campaign going on.
Yeah.
Saying that Nolan was drunk out of his mind, spewing all types of hatred towards Nolan with no proof of nothing. Then they had a nerve to say, yeah, there's 2 people who came out to say that Nolan was on the island after the friends had left. 2 people out of about 400, 500 people, and they know the exact time. Now, if you ask me what time was what 15 days ago, I am not going to be able to tell you that time, unless it's a doctor's appointment or something like that. But just understand, people do get paid to say things, allegedly. Check this out, y'all.
Has the motive for the mysterious death of Nolan Wells just been revealed on social media?
I'm walking in the opposite direction towards my boat. And I dabbed Nolan up. I made a slick comment about something. Actually about the girl that he was with. I made a slick comment to him.
So he made a slick comment about the girl Nolan was with. Now, we all know the girl Nolan was with on Horn Island was Katie, right?
So why y'all so bad at Katie? You so bad at Katie because because Bart likes Katie. Some people say that Bart came down there to put an end to Katie and allegedly. This is all alleged. Some say that Bart only came down to put an end to him, to Katie and Nolan's relationship. That's what a lot of people say. Yeah. He was bigger, stronger, a super college athlete. They got them different type of weight plans, Hey.
Introducing
Whoa!
Katie. This is Katie. And guess who the gentleman is over there?
Wow. Now we still gonna keep it all alleged because I was looking at the tattoo. Maybe she got the tattoo after this. But she's in a picture with Bart, y'all.
That is Bart Edmiston. This is the same Bart
Bro,
who
so I don't want to hear these are AI pictures. Hey, man, that's your boy. That's your boy Bart. And he's the oldest. He's older than all of them. That's your boy Bart. You know? That's your boy Bart, man.
whose identity was almost hidden from all of us because Warren went on to Officer Race Batum Tatum's channel and he kept saying,
Race Batum channel, man. I'm telling y'all, dog. This is what they think about that nigga out here, dog.
and my buddy this, my buddy. And we all like, who is my buddy? And one time he slipped and said Bart's name. But the buddy he was referring to was Bart. And that's Bart. So Bart and Katie were a thing? Huh?
Convection ovens are incredible assets to any commercial kitchen. Whether you're baking, roasting, or broiling, a convection oven can handle it all and more.
Now, for those of you all who don't know, Bart Edmiston plays football. And one thing about Mississippi, honey, I'm from Mississippi. Mississippi loves football. Anybody that plays football, especially.
I'm telling you that's all they got. It's the only thing that they got down there. There ain't no Mississippi NFL team. Ain't no Mississippi NBA team. Ain't no Mississippi nothing. If it's Mississippi State, nigga, they in there, nigga. You know what I'm saying? They in there.
Especially from a small town, they are a big daggum deal. And if anything go down in a small town with a football player and he white, honey, the whole town is going to rally around to try to hide things. Is that what they doing in the Nolan Wells case? Everybody know what happened? Maybe Bart was jealous because Nolan was with his ex-girlfriend. Maybe they were a thing at one time. Now we know Bart Edmiston
is guaranteed that Nolan is guaranteed to go to college. He's the best athlete in the school. He's guaranteed to be. He's on his way to where Bart is going. So maybe
Edmiston Jr. plays football at the University at Wyoming. He's 22 years old, and he is from Ocean Springs. Now, we know Katie McCormick, she's 19 years old, and she's from Ocean Springs as well. Bart was...
CNN say a lot of shit, but I'm going to tell you what CNN won't do. I bet you they won't play that phone call back. CNN say a lot of shit, but I bet you they won't play that phone call back on that air in front of the whole motherfucking world. I bet you they won't.
Bart was a big daggum deal. Now, although we all know that Nolan Wells was expected to go to...
CNN telling us right now we under a ceasefire over there in Iran and they still blowing up shit right now. So let that sink in. CNN says that we're under a short ceasefire or whatever you want to call it right now, but they still over there blowing shit up right now. So let that sink in.
To a D1 school to play football, he wasn't at the status of Bart yet. Bart was already there. So, and not to mention, Nolan is black, Katie is white. Who do you think the friends are going to side with? Even his friend, whom Christine Wansley stated, she didn't even know that Sebastian was a best friend. Even he said he made a slick comment.
Everybody was drunk. The person who was on the call was drunk, Petey. If you know drunk people, whoever was on the phone calling for a tow, he was drunk. He was drunk too. How the fuck you just get drunk and just drown? Man, ain't nobody trying to hear that. And who seen him drown? What, he just went out there just by himself? Oh, I need to take a late night swim by myself. Murky ass water by myself late at night. Man, shut up. Shut up. That shit even sounds stupid, dog. Shut up. I already tried to make up every excuse for these kids. You can ask Petey. I tried to make up every excuse for these kids. I can't. I'm all out of excuses. I don't want to hear that shit.
Comment that, oh, you know that's Bart's girl. Was Katie Bart's longtime girlfriend? And he came back Maybe that's why they were trying to keep it a secret, because something nefarious went on that boat.
That's
Because BART family has
listen, I'm gonna tell you something. In college, or even in the NFL, but definitely in college, nigga. One slip up, wrong move, like outside of football, where you doing some bullshit like this, they can suspend you for a little bit till you get this shit, straightened out. So that's why they didn't want to tell him, and that's why they didn't want to mention Bart's name, and they didn't want to mention Bart's name because he had a relationship with Katie also, fool. Like, man,
allegedly a home off the waters. It would have taken him no time to get to Ocean Springs. Maybe somebody called Bart and told him, hey, Nolan is with your girl. And he got on that boat and hopped on down there to Horn Island. Or maybe just because it is a big deal to go to Horn Island for the 4th of July. Everybody and their mama was on Horn Island. And he came down for the 4th from Wyoming. Matter of fact, they out of school anyway. He probably was getting ready to go back to football camp. He probably been in Horn Island, Ocean Springs the whole time anyway, rekindling with Katie. Anyway, it's one thing about social media. Social media will not be undefeated, and baby, we got internet sleuths everywhere.
This is where they fucked up at. This is where they fucking up at. But on top of, bitch, we shouldn't have to be no detectives, bitch, and listen to what y'all say and all this. Man, listen, dog. I say this time and time again, dog. I say this time and time again, dog. Okay, he was drunk. If something happened when he was drunk, man, if something happened when he was drunk, what's the right thing to do? Shit, I'm telling the laws everything. Okay, if he flipped off the boat on an accident, that's an accident. I'm going to the laws and I'm telling him, man, he flipped out a boat, and this is how he flipped out a boat. That's what you do. So I don't want to hear all that bullshit, dog. Because if he drowned, just say if he just jumped in there and he just drowned and y'all lost control of him, you go to the authorities, fool. Okay, let's just say that he flipped off the boat. Y'all made a tough turn, the waters was rocky, he flipped off the boat. The same principle, fool. The same principle, bro. I'm getting out the way. Shit, that nigga was drunk in the back of the boat, and his dumb ass, we kept telling him to sit his stupid ass down, officer, and his bitch ass flipped up out the boat. Nigga, I'm not going to jail for no murder, nigga. Y'all crazy, nigga. Listen, dog. No, dog. Man, y'all, listen, dog. The way them niggas was talking so elaborate about the boat, so elaborate about the engine and the water and all this shit about driving a boat, man, you need to be elaborate about that bullshit, nigga. Listen, dog, this is what this is. If your friend dies on an accident, or okay, let's just say y'all at a party or something. And just one of your friends just going through something, he mysteriously pull a gun out and just pop himself in front of everybody. My nigga, this y'all friend, fool. What y'all gonna say? Y'all ain't gonna say nothing? Y'all ain't gonna leave. Well, for us, we ain't gonna leave. We ain't gonna get to leave till the laws get that shit straightened out. This is what I'm not trying to understand about this. I know what I heard on that call. I know what I heard on that fucking call, bro. You know what you heard on that call. We all know what we heard on that call, man. And y'all gotta come on because my nigga, hold on, let me see if I still got it where I thought I had it. I don't think I got it no more. I don't think I got it no more. Hold on, no. I took it out of here. Let me see. Bro, I know what I heard on that Kyle, fool. Y'all know what y'all heard on that Kyle. Man, hold on. I gotta have that shit on there. But anyway, y'all just go sit there. I mean, I ain't gonna say nothing. In that situation, something like that, I'm gonna try to slide up out of there before the laws even get there. But we talking about a boat though. Y'all not understanding this kid is definitely about to go to the NFL. He's definitely about to go to the NFL. But definitely, BART is definitely about to go to the NFL, bro. Definitely. You know what I'm saying? These are facts, fool. And you gotta understand, you ever see like them football players, they go like college players, they'll go out somewhere and then they get into a brawl or something, man, they get suspended. They get suspended and they catch a little charge. Sometimes they'll tell them people they can't play football until and see, this is a M1. Sometimes they can tell you, nah, you can't play until the investigation is under wrap. You get what I'm saying? So this is why they wouldn't say his name. On top of that, bro, you know what I'm saying? We're talking about this is Katie. This is Katie, and this is BART. This is Katie, and this is BART, dog. I told y'all, dog. Listen, Nolan is on the way to the NFL too. If he'd have kept cooking, you know what I'm saying. He was probably on the way there too. So Katie, it seems like Katie loves those ball players. You know, a lot of people say that he came back to check Nolan about his chick. Could that be the scenario? This is just all alleged, dog. This ain't no motherfucking AI. On top of BART, you see that, boy? Boy, do you see that? This is not BART the kicker. This is his dad. The MD. A doctor. Not no doctor's assistants. Not a doctor. Nolan Wells' mom, doctor. Them a doctor. These are doctors. No bullshit. Yeah. Boy, they are fucking connected. Listen to this though, Cruz. This the thing, Cruz. This what's messed up about the situation. Hey, what do most kids want to be when they grow up? Doctors and lawyers, right? Hey, once you connected with the doctors, you gotta have some lawyer friends, maybe even some judge friends. See, this is where the whole situation goes. This is where the whole situation. It's a chain. It's a chain, Cruz. It's a chain. We're talking about doctors, lawyers, medical examiners, on top of judges. It's a chain. You can't break this chain. Your money couldn't buy this. Salute, Joy. Your money couldn't buy this. Your money couldn't buy that shit that they got going on right here, boy. Cause if you put all their money together against your little money, man, on top of the devilish behavior. But we gonna carry on, y'all. I just wanted y'all to see that, dog.
Listen, all I have to say is justice for Nolan Wells, and everybody who's coming out doing their research, don't stop. Keep your foot on the state of Mississippi. Because, baby, they will hide, they will sneak, and they will lie here in the state of Mississippi just to keep the truth from coming out.
Yeah.
Anyway, drop down in the comment area. Let me know what you think. And hear it here first. Well, Kimmy's World is yours.
You don't need a POS to
My
accept
bad.
cards.
Sorry about the commercials, y'all.
So
this shit,
you just
hey.
tap a card on your phone and
Hey.
Shout out to that sister right there. Because all these smear campaigns going on, I've been thinking to myself, this is not even our fight. These people don't know who the hell they going to war against. They going to get war against God. But if anybody know the Bible, this is how God operates. He could build somebody's pride up just to knock them down and to show his power. That's how he do. These people in Mississippi are so prideful. They feel like they can get away with things. Look in our faces.
I told y'all that, dog. This is the difference between the South and the East and West Coast. Bro, the shit that they do, y'all got paper in them states. Dog, when you come to the South, bro, they will do some racist shit to you right in your face. And dare you to do it. Right in front of people. In front of everybody. And we so used to it down here, we know we can't do shit about it. So now the world is starting to see this shit. This how I'm trying to educate y'all on.
And say, nah, we didn't do that. Like, we don't see y'all. There's something, a very important clue that we missed. I read it, but I didn't quite put it together. Watch this, y'all. So one day last week, I read this, but I never put this together. So this is about Sheriff John Ledbetter. Yeah, you know the guy who came out and said, I don't suspect foul play when he seen Nolan's body. Well, I want y'all to scroll all the way down to the bottom. John is an active and involved community leader.
Remember I said, Cruz, remember I said a chain. It's a chain. Watch this, Cruz. I'm gonna blow it out so y'all can see it. Watch this, Cruz.
Leader, a former chairman of the Gulf Regional Planning Commission in Biloxi, Mississippi. So this just giving his background, right? So when you scroll all the way down here, it says, notably, in 2019, John graduated from the 275th session of the FBI, National Academy in Quantico, Virginia, y'all. So when we say these people are well connected, they are.
So then what I said you got medical examiners, you got judges, you got doctors, you got fake Coast Guard who used to be FBI agents. Man, you can't top this. Can't no money beat this shit. You can't beat that nigga with no dollars, nigga. This is a circle, nigga. Oh, wickedness.
They are well connected. So what makes you think that he don't have a buddy in the FBI? Let's continue. Next up, we got my girl, Tisa Tells. Okay. Y'all know how Tisa give it up. Okay. She don't play no games. Okay. Check it out, y'all.
You guys, we have to get into this. We believe we have motive. We believe we have location, and we believe we had what really happened. And we are going to use Warren and Trayvon's own interviews, along with some thought they were deleted Facebook posts, and get into this. And I think this is the real reason why they all deactivated their social media accounts, because they didn't want us to know the history. The history of what? The history that Katie was BART's girl. Who was BART? BART is Bart Edmonton Jr. He is a promising NFL player. Well, he's a future NFL player. Yeah. Comes from a legacy line of football players. Yeah. His family, his grandfather, his dad are big dogs down in...
Hey, you're... What? They're who?
Ocean Springs. And what's more, Katie was Bart's girl, Bart Edmonton Jr.
Born privilege. Nigga, that's a new fucking word, man. Man, born privilege, nigga. Born privilege, nigga. Didn't I tell you that's connected? You cannot, man. You can't beat that, dog. I'll take it. Say, man, that lady knew who she was going against. That's why she went and got big crump, man. She knew what the fuck the people was already.
Jr., and it is
Damn.
unclear on whether she was still his girl. Now, let's not forget, let's put everything in order. Bart Edmonton Jr., no, when Warren was giving the interview, he kept saying, my buddy, my buddy, my buddy. He only slipped up one time and said Bart's name.
Bart's
now,
name.
the Marine Resource Division.
You did. Hey, listen, man. Listen to me. Listen to fucking me, man. Listen to me, y'all. Bro, that was fucking Bart on the motherfucking cow. Why the fuck is the hand cross dude talking up for my? I mean, oh no, okay. I'm gonna reverse that. Okay, that was Bart on the fucking cow. My buddy, nigga, say his name, nigga. You don't want to say his name because that Miami College get a whip of that shit. He gonna be in suspension. This is what's going on, dog. This is exactly what happened. I don't care what nobody say. You're kind of jealous. You might have not even been mad at him when you got there. But as soon as you got a few beers in your system, maybe a little sniff, you know, y'all all went to tripping. You know, it happens. But this is why I kept saying, why would they want to hide it? Just tell the truth. Now, this would be the main reason why they would want to hide it, dog. Stop him from going to the NFL, dog. That kid is finna go to the league for kicking the ball. He's not no bullshit kicker, fool. He really can kick, dog. The stats is on there. That man played for Wyoming, the big one. My team, Texas, we play them all the time. We used to play them all the time. That's crazy. You know, I like the Texas Longhorns. So I'm like, damn, this is crazy. This story keeps, dog, every week it just opens up like man, this shit keep opening up and opening up.
Of Jackson County literally slipped up and gave out a freedom of information request. It actually gave us the audio, but what's more important, it gave the name of the person that reported Nolan missing.
And the person that was named
Man,
on
fuck that, man. Double tap. Y'all got it. Can I get my likes up, man? Can I get the likes up to at least goddamn 50? Can we go to start at 50? Can y'all double tap the screen for me? This some free shit, man. Double tap the screen if you think she didn't, if you think they didn't do it, or if you think they did it. Double tap the screen for me. Subscribe for me. Man, we on the road to 15K, man. Listen, it's always good content over here, bro. I don't never put out no lies. I don't never put out no bullshit, dog. This is my time. I'm getting up early in the morning on vacation to fuck with y'all, dog. I could have been sleep rubbing on my girl ass. I'm just being easy with y'all, man. God damn, on some free shit. The like button. I'm not asking for no money. No, but if you want a super chat, you can do that, or gifts, you can do that. But I'm not asking for that. I'm asking for y'all to be here with me, rock out with me respectfully. Your opinion, as long as it's respectful, I respect it. Because everybody's entitled to that. Everyone entitled to that. But y'all got to understand there's something wicked going on right here, y'all. It's some wicked shit going on. It's some cover-up going on, man. Bro, y'all got to understand, man, in them sports, man, you cannot bullshit when you finna go to the league, dog. I just ran the story about a kid that was playing for LSU who got into a car accident where he didn't even wreck his car. They try to say that he was driving so fast that he caused the accident. He caused the accident, and they gave him, the person who was in the accident got unalived. He was on the way to the NFL, and he didn't even cause the accident, fool. So he blew his top out because he was going in the first round. It's the year that LSU won the championship. He was going in the first round. Them people down there in them country bunking ass towns, down here down south, try to fuck over the kid. So with him seeing we all seen the NFL players or the baseball players driving drunk and they crash into somebody, person die, they get a lot of time. So this is why he just looked at, he was like, man, I'm not gonna beat these people. And he kept saying, I didn't do nothing. I didn't crash into nobody. The NFL blocked him out. He blew his top. And then the people come out. He had a good lawyer that kept fighting for him when he was unalived. And the same DA that signed the indictment to get him locked up is the same DA that signed the waiver to dismiss the case afterwards, fool. It was a white woman who caused the accident, fool. It was a white woman who caused the accident. Let me remind you, this kid was riding in a lime green Camaro. It was a fancy car, known to go fast, but he wasn't going fast. He did not cause that accident. They chose to put it on him instead of put it on that white lady, dog. After the old man kept telling the police, man, the white lady caused that accident. So this is what I'm trying to tell y'all, dog. Hit the like button, man. Like, they do strange shit in these towns, bro. Like, man, y'all, man, listen.
Was BART, y'all.
Wait.
I can make a song.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all gotta understand they do some strange shit in this motherfucking towns, fool. Like, down here it's different, bro. Them hoes pull you over, you better be scared, nigga. They'll push it.
Their story is falling apart, and I'm talking about Nolan Wells' friends. Now, since everybody has heard the rescue call and can hear something about Nolan being dead in the background, they are releasing all type of stuff. Now, this is supposed to be footage of them getting the boat towed. They say Nolan isn't on there, but guess who is on there? I'm going to tell you in a second. A key person in this investigation. Now, what role is TMZ playing in all this? Because after that rescue call, now they talking about Nolan Wells was drinking heavily and partying with friends. Man, and that's what caused. And they've even said, oh, it's witnesses saying they seen him at 6. Where were these witnesses at all this time? And then they try to drop this footage of the boat or picture of the boat, and they don't understand. The internet is saying, guess who is on there? But I do tell you one thing. They said got 2 witnesses that claim Nolan was on the island after his friends left the boat. I don't trust these witnesses. And why am I going to trust some unidentified random ass witnesses when...
Nigga, the niggas wasn't even on the boat, man. Why? Them niggas wasn't even... My nigga, you wasn't even in the picture, nigga, you talking. I'm telling you, dog, I don't like that. You wasn't even in the boat with your goddamn arms crossed. And you wasn't, and you steady doing all this talking, man.
When I could trust my ears are telling me I'm hearing them screaming about Nolan. This whole case is falling apart, and these fuckers are lying. They are saying that this is Katie.
They are fighting tooth and nail trying to get that boy Bart to the NFL. But I don't think it's going to work, y'all, because they are going up against the whole damn internet.
This is different. You can't beat this internet. You think y'all smart enough to beat this internet? Listen, you go fuck around and be in jail, sir. Keep playing around with this internet, nigga. We gonna keep spilling all the tea, nigga. I don't care what you do. That ball and chain, I'm gonna keep talking about it till we find out what the fuck y'all got going on down there, dog. And never go through that bitch ever in life, fool. You gotta break up these ball and chains, dog. We got this shit down here in Texas. You gotta go bust that shit up, bro. You know, get them people fired and shit, dog. Break that shit up, bro, because that shit ain't right. It's no more racist America, bro. Everybody is everybody. We all kin, man. All that old bullshit slave mentality of thinking that y'all motherfuckers got going on because y'all got some money, man. It's a lot of black millionaires now. It's a lot of Spanish millionaires, bro. Y'all not the only one with no money no more, fool. Y'all better understand that. The shit that y'all used to do, man, that's why I just feel like they barked up the wrong tree. Hey, so I just feel like they
feelings around her.
Okay.
Nancy, what we have is some friends that were...
Listen, man, we're gonna go to some shit about Officer Tatum them real fast, and And then we gonna go shit about Nancy.
Has Kyrie texted you back?
I don't want to talk about it.
How was the math test?
Don't want to talk about it.
What does it say right there? Restores.
We have got to the point where literally anybody can build a fully working app without knowing how to code. This is based.
But you can always count on a bunch of lies from these MAGA people, like so-called Officer Brandon Tatum. Now, let me tell you about this fool. There was a point when George Floyd was murdered. He comes on, he says, I'll debate anybody on this subject. Raise my hand. Boy, he never responded. He didn't want this smoke.
He didn't want that smoke.
I remember Dave Rubin did the exact same thing. And a bunch of people on Twitter were like, Roll Martin. And I raised my hand. Yeah, Rubin never called either.
He didn't want that
smoke. Brandon Tatum sat down with Stephen A. Smith for a conversation. And they discussed how the black community is supposedly blindly loyal to the Democratic Party. Also, Tatum claimed that Kamala Harris was not qualified for president. They criticized Democrats for not paying attention to Ice Cube, praised the Republicans for supposedly signing a contract with the rapper to assist the black community. It was all sorts of lies. And, I could have ignored this, but just in case you didn't hear any of these nonsensical lies coming out of Tatum's mouth, here you go.
Somebody told me an interesting story about Ice Cube.
Listen to this.
And I think I think the world know a little bit about what Ice Cube did. He went to the Republicans
and the Democrats.
And he went to the Republicans and the Democrats. He went to the Republicans and said, hey, I want to do something for the black community. He struck a deal with the Republicans, with Donald Trump, to do something incredible for the black community.
They were willing to listen to him, and the Democrats were not.
Reparations. And I'm not for reparations whatsoever anymore. We passed that point. We can't do it. But
you can't do it when you're $39 trillion in debt.
Well, you can't do it when you're $39 trillion in debt. We should have done it a long time ago. And you can't do it because
you hear this nigga? I'm telling you, dog, this is the person that y'all racing to go listen to, fool. This the person that you race to go listen to, dog. This nigga is trash, dog.
We can go into a whole thing on this with the Democrats, but let me get back to the point. He struck a deal with Donald Trump. He go to the Democrats, they brushed him off. They shoot him. They didn't even talk to him. And I feel like you've been saying this forever. They've been doing us like this for years.
Yes.
Because when you sold out to one side, they don't have to work for you. They like, we got them hook, line, sink. Let's go to LGBTQ. Yes. Now let's go to
that's the viral video circulating right now. Like I said this yesterday.
Right.
No, I've been saying this for over 25 years. Over 25 years, whenever I've been speaking on politics, I have always said, for one election, I want black folks to vote Republican just to put the Democrats on notice that you have to work for our vote too. And to put the Republicans on notice, you might have a shot at getting our vote if you cater to us the way you cater to other communities. That's all I've ever said. In other words, flatter me. You go to a house, you don't just buy it without looking and walking through it. You don't buy a car without test driving it. Wait a minute, flatter me. Show me what you got. I want us to go to the polls, and I want us to have them wondering, who are we going to support? That's what I would love.
Why do you think we can't get past that hump? Even this election, last election, more black men voted for Donald Trump than ever before for the Republican side.
Right.
But black women were hook, line, and sinker for Kamala Harris.
Yeah.
I have a family member that's an AKA.
Okay.
So she don't care what Kamala did. She go, I'm gonna vote for my sorority sister.
Right.
But you see a disproportionate amount of black women voting for Kamala.
Why not? Listen to this, dog. Listen to this, all my black queens, y'all. Listen to this. This is how this nigga talk. Listen.
A woman can't do an interview for 30 seconds without talking the word salad. She has no...
What? Man, let's go back. You heard this dirtbag? You heard this dirtbag, dog. I know y'all heard him. Watch this, dog. This nigga's a dirtbag. Dirtbag, fool.
Remember, that's an AKA.
It's a dirtbag.
Okay.
So she don't care what Kamala did. She go, I'm gonna vote for my sorority sister.
Right.
But you see a disproportionate amount of black women voting for Kamala. when the woman can't do an interview for 30 seconds without talking the word salad. She has no accomplishments. I mean, no significant accomplishments.
Well, that's
what? I don't even like Kamala Harris, dog. I wouldn't fucking dare say that shit. And watch Stephen A. try to clean that shit up so fast. Watch this, y'all.
That's
no.
harsh.
Let me say significant accomplishments.
Okay, but let me
that will lead me to believe that.
Look, he trying to stop that nigga. Let me stop you. Hold on. Now we don't like the lady, but
he's qualified to be the president.
I would push back on you with this. She's educated. She has a law degree.
It's the like button, man.
She's the former attorney general.
Bro, what the fuck is he talking about, dog? See, these are the people that's just talking, dog. I'm searching this shit, reading about these people. You got this old Uncle Tom ass nigga to the left that ain't on the screen right, and both of these niggas really Uncle Tom. But I'm saying, dog, listen, I don't even like Kamala, whatever her name is. I would never, ever say no shit like that, bro. That is not true, dog. That's not true, dog. Come on, dog. That's not true, dog. I told you he creates narratives, bro. He's there to create narratives, bro. He listen, dog.
In San Francisco and for the state of California. She's a former United States Senator. She's a former vice president. I'm just saying that.
Bro, they say that like that's a little thing. The attorney general, nigga, do you know the who's and the what's, nigga? You better sit your little goofy looking motherfucking me, looking like you bleach your skin, face ass boy, always wearing black. We know you was a cop. You had to be a cop.
Let's go point by point. She was in California, but she was responsible for the incarceration.
No, I get
so
that.
many young. You get what I'm saying?
Don't get me started with the weed. I mean, for weed now, but I get it. But what I'm saying to you is that,
bro, listen, dog. Credentials don't got shit. I don't like her. But when it comes to her credentials, nigga, that don't got shit to do with what we be doing, nigga, in the streets. Nigga, her credentials is what she earned, nigga. The fuck she earned, nigga. This nigga is out of his fucking mind, dog.
I'm going to be protective of you just as much as I'm going to be protective of her when it comes to classifying whether or not we're qualified. When we've seen throughout history a lot of white folks that had connections that ended up getting jobs and getting positions that people would otherwise, even they themselves as white folks, challenged whether this person or that person actually deserved it.
Now watch Roland. Roland about to cook his ass, man. Roland about to cook him, man.
Okay. See, this is what happens when you lie.
When you lie.
Okay. So Tatum says.
So y'all think that everybody, all these big time bloggers, is just calling Tatum a liar and all this shit for no reason, bro? He be lying, dog. They know he be lying.
Ice Cube cut a deal with Trump. He didn't meet with Trump.
So what they talking about the deal that Ice Cube cut, y'all? Ice Cube wrote down some things that he wanted to present to the government to better blacks, bro. You know, something like similar to reparations, kind of like something similar to that. You know what I'm saying? And because nobody else can talk to them people, and he tried it, and the other side blocked it down. So that's what he talking about.
He met at a hotel with Jared Kushner and others 2 months before the election. Let me be clear. Trump sat in the Oval Office in 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, did nothing for black people. The lie that he funded HBCUs permanently, that was a bill from...
Hey, y'all gotta stop saying that shit too. Why the fuck would Trump do that? Why would you cut education like Job Corps and shit like that. But then you gonna fund the HBU. Man, that shit, nigga, y'all can believe that stupid shit if y'all want to, dog. It never happened.
From Congresswoman Alma Adams. Trump didn't know shit about the bill. Now, when the HBCU presidents met the Oval Office, they mentioned it. He didn't know nothing about the bill, so it wasn't his idea. So stop fronting.
Stop believing that shit,
Okay.
dog.
So, Ice Cube came up with his plan for Black America. Wasn't the first time. Black people have come up with plans many times. And I had Ice Cube on the show. So, 2 months before the election, Donald Trump drops his platinum plan. Now, first of all, what I'm looking at here is actually not the original platinum plan because, well, but matter of fact, let's just go ahead and do it. See, this is where Brandon Tatum, this is why Brandon Tatum
He can't read.
Will never, ever debate me.
Ever.
Because I will fact check him on his lies.
All day long.
Okay? He lied.
That's why I keep telling you, them kids, them Nolan Well kids, they need to come over here and talk to these people that's gonna cook you. They're gonna cook you. If I pay you for an interview, this ain't no soft booty ass shit what Tatum was doing with them kids. They telling us what they don't like. Nigga, we don't give a fuck what you don't like. Nigga, it's a kid that's unalived and they was your friend. And y'all not acting right. Nigga, we don't give a damn about you're mad at what they said on Instagram. Man, fuck that. Get off Instagram then, nigga. Y'all, if you deleted your social media, why is your own Insta? How did you see the shit? If you deleted your social media, man, you ain't deleted shit, man.
First of all, it's not Kamala. It's Kamala. So maybe you ought to get the name right, pronounce the name properly. To act as if she wasn't the district attorney in San Francisco, the attorney general in California, United States senator, and then vice president is a joke. Second of all, and I'm going to be sure to send Stephen A. this text as well, he advanced the lie about her locking up lots of black men in weed because she actually created the diversion programs. But again, that's what happens when the lie gets advanced. So this was the so-called plan that Tatum was touting that was negotiated with Ice Cube, which this is all bullshit, y'all. Okay? So, and I have broken this thing down before. So he sat here and promised 3 million black jobs. Can you tell me what's the black unemployment rate in America since he got into office in January of 2025? Black unemployment is up in this country. Oh, seek infrastructure funding that will lead to widespread growth in the annual $500 billion federal contracting opportunities. That's also a lie. In the last year of Biden-Harris, blacks received $10 billion in federal contracts, only 2%, but that happened to be a record. Since Trump has been in office, it's been 1/2.
Y'all do realize that this guy right here, Roland Martin, has his own, basically, his own network. So he been trying to get funds for them to fund his own network. They ain't giving out no funds. Man, nigga better stop it. This nigga doing something positive. Try to come out with a whole black network for black people to come on, bloggers to come on, and a whole, man, they ain't funding shit. Nigga, stop that.
1.2%. Okay? Grow minority-owned businesses with additional tax cuts to stimulate hiring and investment. Another lie. Donald Trump is freezing black businesses out of contracts. In Texas, Republicans got rid of the HUB program, which was actually put in place by Republican Governor George W. Bush that created opportunities for black and minority-owned businesses. They got rid of that. Then you see, encourage onshoring and development of domestic manufacturing to increase supply chain, business development, and unemployment. No, ain't happening. Examine barriers to employment, including fees, occupational licensing, arrest record inaccuracy, and expungement. None of that happened. Increase activity and opportunity zones, including benefits for local hires. No one, Senator Tim Scott, and no one has given me a report that shows the effectiveness of opportunity zones. No one, and I've actually been asking for it. Invest almost $20 billion toward broadband internet access. One of the most responsive, professional, and accountable models of policing. That's also a lie, because there were other groups that presented various agendas. Urban League, NAACP, Black Voters Matter, Black Economic Alliance. I mean, we could go on and on and on. See, this is what happens when you don't deal in facts. And when people like Brandon Tatum openly lie, they openly lie. And I told Ice Cube directly, y'all had him here on the show. I said also partnered with Black Features Labs, put out an entire report that laid out what black people said they wanted. I had Alicia Garza on the show, put them on a text chain. Never happened. But Brandon Tatum is a liar, and he's advancing MAGA lies. And that's what he did in his interview with Stephen A. Smith. And I previously discussed this whole ridiculous idea that Stephen A. Smith has that if black people just vote for Republicans just 1 year, they're going to then listen to us. No, they not. Why in the hell would we invite ourselves to our own lynching? That is crazy. But y'all have to understand what's going on here. They want to advance these lies. And see, I'm very clear. I don't advance a Democrat agenda or Republican agenda. I advance a black agenda. But see, in politics, you do got to pick a lane.
So you clicked on this video because you want to make money, right? You want to be able to sell out collections and buy your favorite sneakers like this.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the bullpen. This should be an interesting day. In the bullpen, we have Officer Brandon Tatum, former police officer, founder of TatumReport.com, and CEO of multiple companies. Thank you for being on the show. And we have Mr. Leon Tatum. And that this is actually a because the federal government had no jurisdiction to charge them.
In the Capitol building in Oregon, they have jurisdiction.
Excuse me, dear brother. No, that, sir, we're talking about state, dear brother. That is a...
Yeah, but it's a Capitol building.
It doesn't matter.
Nigga, you better get back. Man, we gonna go into this Nancy real fast. Fancy Nancy, man. This is why a lot of people can't trust Nancy, man, because... You know, this ain't the down.
That were also out.
This is not the down.
Attention to the death of Nolan Wells. And it tells you almost everything about why her involvement is being treated as a turning point. The phrase, posted and reposted across social media, is some version of, now that Nancy's awake, everybody's going to jail. People are treating the arrival of a cable television host the way you might treat the cavalry. And that reaction, more than anything Grace herself has said, is the actual story here.
Lala, good morning.
Because it reveals something true about how these cases work now, and something worth thinking carefully about, both the real power in that reaction and the real danger hiding inside it. So, let me do something more useful than just reporting that Nancy Grace covered the case. Let me actually think through what her involvement does, mechanically, to a case like this.
Well, listen, now,
what it can genuinely accomplish, why so many people, particularly in the black community.
They don't like that.
My understanding, Dave Mack, that
listen, I know if this lady, remember I kept telling y'all, if she's involved, nigga, she was just talking bad about Carmelo Anthony just a few weeks ago. This is why I can't. You gotta watch her. You got to watch old Fancy Nancy, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta watch this old lady, man. She's slick as oil, dog.
that sound we just played is real sound. That is not doctored sound, but someone else claims that's them saying, "Give me my phone back." That is not
it as a form of justice arriving, and where the celebrity attention machine, however well-intentioned, carries risks that are worth naming out loud. This is not a takedown of Nancy Grace. and it is not a celebration of her either.
Nah.
It is an honest look at what happens when a case.
This is why I'm so iffy when I deal with her. I was watching her because she was cooking I liked it the way that she was cooking the people. She wasn't trying to hear what they was trying to say, the examiners and shit. But this old Nancy, somebody going to jail.
When a case gets this kind of spotlight, here is what actually happened, plainly. Just hours after Nolan Wells was laid to rest at his funeral in Mississippi, Grace devoted an hour-long episode of her show, Crime Stories, to his death. She recapped the case and, in her characteristic style, sharply questioned how Mississippi authorities have handled it. For anyone unfamiliar, it is worth understanding who Grace actually is, because it explains both her power and the mixed feelings around her.
Nancy, what we have is some friends that were also out on the boat trip out to Horn Island.
Man. Shout out to the Ticket TV, man.
She is a former prosecutor who became a television fixture over
Ticket.
decades of high-profile crime coverage, known for a fiery, take-no-prisoners style and a willingness to publicly challenge police and prosecutors when she believes the facts do not add up. To her admirers, that makes her a fearless advocate who drags neglected cases into the light and refuses to let institutions off the hook. To her critics, that same style has, over the years, sometimes meant reaching conclusions loudly and early in ways that did not always age well. Both of those reputations.
But what I don't like about it though, Kang Shield, man, the reason why I don't like it is because, bro, it's children, bro. It's okay when it's some adults. You lie on the celebrities or something, make up a little grease ball out to get some viewers or something. Bro, we talking about an M1, bro. And some kids, they could have did some foul ass shit. And you playing around with it. And all you want to do is talk down on us and big them up when they could be the ones unaliving us, dog. That shit is irate to me, dog. It's irate to me.
Reputations are real, and both are relevant here. The very intensity that makes her effective at forcing attention is also the quality that makes some observers nervous when she trains it on a case where nobody has been charged and the facts are still genuinely unsettled. You do not have to pick one view of her to take both seriously. She zeroed in on two things in particular: the contradictions in the accounts of Nolan's final hours and the questions surrounding his cell phone. On the contradictions, she was blunt in a way that cut straight to it. Talking about the competing versions of whether Nolan stayed on the island for a girl or was heading back to the boat with his friends, she said, "Both cannot be true. Those cannot mutually exist. In truth, they are mutually exclusive. He cannot go with them and stay with her." And then the line that traveled everywhere: "I don't know who's lying, but somebody's lying right there." On the phone, she said she had a big problem with the location data not lining up, the discrepancy between different tracking readings that Nolan's mother had described, saying she could understand a device being a few blocks off, but not the size of the gap being described. It is worth being precise about what that phone concern actually refers to.
Going celebration, the funeral will be held at Center Point Church in Ocean Springs. It is going to be, visitation will be 9 to 11, and then the funeral will start after that.
Because it is one of the more substantive things she raised. Nolan's mother has said publicly that when she went through her son's accounts, she found content missing from the day he disappeared, and that different location services, one of them a family tracking app and another tied to a social platform, gave readings that did not line up with each other or with where the phone was ultimately found. Grace, applying a prosecutor's suspicion, flagged that mismatch as the kind of discrepancy that does not usually happen by accident at that scale. Now, there may be perfectly ordinary technical explanations for location services disagreeing. Apps calculate position differently and can be wildly off. But Grace's instinct...
Nigga, they tell nigga, you talking about a time to ill, but Mr. Boston, nigga, we talking about definitely a time to ill. Man, I'm not going, man, nigga. I'm going in that bitch with my gun, nigga, down there with my gun, nigga, I'm telling you. Bro, like, for real, dog, behind my child, dog.
Instinct that a gap that large deserves a real forensic answer rather than a shrug, is not unreasonable, and it happens to point at exactly the phone examination investigators and the family have agreed to conduct. Now, notice something before we go further. Nothing Grace said was new. She did not break a story. She did not reveal evidence nobody had. As one outlet dryly noted, she and her guest were not presenting any new information. She was reviewing known facts and reacting with force. And that is exactly the point, and exactly why understanding her role requires looking past the content of what she said to the effect of who was saying it, and how loudly. So let me be concrete about what a figure like Nancy Grace actually brings, because it is real, and it would be dishonest to wave it away as mere spectacle. The first thing she brings is a platform, and platforms are not neutral. A grieving family in Mississippi, even with a prominent attorney, is competing for attention in an ocean of stories. Attention is the scarcest resource in any case that depends partly on public pressure, and Grace commands a large, loyal, national audience built over decades. When she spends an hour on a case, that case does not fade quietly, which is precisely what many people fear happens to cases like this one when the initial news cycle passes. Sustained attention is itself a form of accountability. Officials behave differently when they know a large audience is watching and will not let a story disappear. That is not cynicism. It is just how public institutions respond to scrutiny. Grace's involvement makes it harder for this case to quietly recede. And for a family terrified of exactly that, that is genuinely valuable. The second thing she brings is a specific kind of credential. Grace is not just a television personality. She is a former prosecutor. When she says the accounts are mutually exclusive or that the phone data does not add up, she is applying a prosecutor's framing to the public evidence, and that framing carries a weight with viewers that a random commentators would not. She is essentially modeling on national television the kind of pointed questions a prosecutor might ask, which can pressure the actual authorities to demonstrate they are asking those questions too. Whether or not you like her style, the questions she raised about the contradictions and about the phone are legitimate questions that sit at the real center of this case. And the third thing, which is harder to quantify but very real, is what her involvement means symbolically, particularly to the black community that has rallied around this case. The reaction to Grace was not just we got more attention. It was closer to we got a heavyweight in our corner. There is a long, painful history behind the fear that a young black man's suspicious death might be quietly written off. And Grace has built a reputation in many marginalized communities for aggressively challenging authorities when she believes the facts are not adding up. And Grace is not arriving alone. She joins a genuinely remarkable roster of prominent figures who have attached themselves to this case. Attorney Ben Crump is representing the family. Reverend Al Sharpton has offered a large reward and called for calm and patience. Tyler Perry reportedly helped with funeral costs. Colin Kaepernick's organization funded the independent autopsy. Media entrepreneur Byron Allen has been named among the supporters. When you see that many powerful, resourced, nationally known people converge on a single case, it tells you something. It tells you the family is not being left to fight alone, which is a real advantage. But it also tells you this case has become, for better and worse, a national cause. And national causes generate their own gravity, their own momentum, and their own pressure to arrive at a satisfying ending, sometimes independent of where the evidence actually leads. So her arrival was received as a signal that this case would be fought for, not filed away. That symbolic weight is not nothing. For a family and a community carrying the specific fear of being dismissed, a nationally known figure loudly refusing to let go can feel like the difference between being heard and being ignored. And it is worth honoring why that fear exists in the first place, rather than treating it as paranoia. It is grounded in a documented history of cases where the deaths of young black people were, in fact, closed too quickly, investigated too casually, or explained away too conveniently. When people say they are relieved Nancy Grace is watching, they are not being irrational. They are responding to a pattern they have real reason to distrust. So the relief is legitimate, even if the everybody's going to jail confidence attached to it is not. You can validate the fear that produces the celebration without endorsing the fantasy the celebration sometimes carries. Both of those things can be held at once, and holding them at once is exactly what honest coverage of this moment requires. So yes, it is genuinely a big deal. Those effects are real. But I promised you an honest look, and honesty requires the other half. Because the celebrity attention machine has a documented downside, and this specific case has already shown exactly how that downside plays out. Here is the uncomfortable truth. The same intense, emotional, national attention that pressures officials also supercharges everything else swirling around a case, including the parts that hurt people. And this case is a near-perfect illustration. We have already watched national attention on the Nolan Wells story produce online threats against his friends, doxing and harassment of his own grieving mother, a flood of AI-generated fakes and misinformation, and false rumors that spread so fast a young woman's family had to publicly deny she was missing. That is what a superheated spotlight does. It does not only illuminate, it also ignites. And when a figure with a massive platform pours more heat onto a case, the pressure that lands on officials is real. But so is the pressure that lands indiscriminately on everyone else caught in the frame. Consider that line everyone loved, "Somebody's lying right there." As pure logic, she is making a fair point. Two mutually exclusive accounts cannot both be fully true, and that contradiction genuinely does need to be resolved. But listen to how that phrase lands on an audience of millions primed for a villain. Somebody's lying is an invitation to go find the liar. And in this case, the people whose accounts are in tension are Nolan's teenage friends and a 19-year-old girl, none of whom have been charged with anything, at least one of whom has already been the target of false rumors and online cruelty. A prosecutor in a courtroom is bounded by rules, process, and consequences. The same words broadcast to a vast, emotional online audience have no such guardrails. They can, and in cases like this often do, translate directly into ordinary people being hunted by strangers who have appointed themselves detectives. I am not saying Grace intends that. I am saying the machine she is part of tends to produce it, and intention does not undo impact. And there is a specific asymmetry worth naming. When Grace or anyone with a platform is right to be suspicious, the benefit flows to a diffuse system, officials feel pressure, a case stays open. But when the resulting online energy misfires, the cost lands on specific, named, identifiable individuals, a teenage friend, a 19-year-old girl, who absorb the harm personally and immediately. The upside is spread thin across an institution. The downside is concentrated on a few private people. That asymmetry should make anyone with a large platform extraordinarily careful about phrases like "somebody's lying," because the person who pays for a careless framing is almost never the official it was aimed at. It is the ordinary person standing closest to the contradiction. There is a second risk, subtler but real. When a case becomes a national entertainment product, complete with heroes, villains, and dramatic reveals, the emotional narrative can start to outrun the evidence. Grace's certainty is compelling television, but the actual state of this case is radically uncertain. The autopsy is undetermined. The cause of death has not been officially established. The contradictions are unresolved, precisely because we do not yet have the evidence to resolve them. There is a danger when a charismatic figure declares with total confidence that the official story stinks, that the audience locks in a conclusion the evidence has not yet earned. Sometimes that skepticism is vindicated, sometimes it is not. But a public that has already decided what happened, cheered on by a confident broadcaster, can become extraordinarily resistant to any eventual finding that does not match the story it was sold. And if the evidence ultimately points somewhere less dramatic than the narrative, the people who were promised a villain may simply refuse to believe it, and may turn their anger on the very officials who followed the evidence honestly. Let me hold both of these truths at once, because that balance is the entire point of thinking about this seriously. Nancy Grace's involvement genuinely can help by keeping a legitimate case in the spotlight, by pressuring authorities to be transparent and thorough, by ensuring a family is not ignored. And Nancy Grace's involvement genuinely can harm by intensifying a mob dynamic that has already threatened innocent people, and by hardening public certainty ahead of the evidence. Both are true. Which one dominates depends almost entirely on how the attention is used, and by whom, and that is not fully in anyone's control once the spotlight is on. Here is what I find genuinely fascinating and a little unsettling about the whole phenomenon. The reaction to Grace, "everybody's going to jail," reveals a widespread, understandable, and slightly dangerous belief. The belief that justice is fundamentally a matter of attention. That the reason cases go unsolved or unpunished is a lack of spotlight, and that if you can just get a big enough celebrity to care, the outcome bends toward justice, and there is a painful kernel of truth in that. Attention does affect outcomes. Cases with powerful advocates do get treated differently than cases without them. That is a real and troubling feature of the system. But it is also a dangerous thing to fully believe, because it locates justice in fame rather than in evidence, and it implies that the loudest, most telegenic cases deserve resolution while the quiet ones do not. The Nolan Wells case may well benefit from Nancy Grace's spotlight, but the thousands of cases that will never get a Nancy Grace deserve justice just as much, and the fact that they depend on catching a celebrity's eye should trouble us, even as we are grateful when the eye lands somewhere deserving. Think about what that belief implies if you follow it all the way down. It means two families suffering identical tragedies can receive wildly different official urgency based on nothing more than which one went viral, which one a famous person noticed, which one arrived at the right moment in the attention economy. That is not justice in any principled sense. It is a lottery, and the ticket is visibility.
That's true.
The heartbreaking part is that, given the system we actually have, playing that lottery is a completely rational thing for a desperate family to do. If attention moves outcomes, then of course you seek attention. Of course you welcome Nancy Grace. The problem is not the family's choice, which is wise. The problem is a system in which that choice is necessary at all, in which the volume of your advocates can matter as much as the strength of your evidence. Celebrating Grace's arrival and grieving the system that makes her arrival feel essential are, again, two things that belong together. So, what should you actually take from Grace entering this case? Not that the case is now solved or that jail is coming, whatever the hashtags say. A television host cannot indict, arrest, or convict anyone. She has no legal power in this case at all. What she has is influence. And influence is a tool that can be aimed well or badly. Aimed well, it means demanding transparency, keeping a legitimate case visible, insisting officials do their jobs, and holding a real institution accountable to a public that is watching. Aimed badly, it means feeding certainty ahead of facts and pointing a large, angry audience at private individuals who have been accused of nothing. The questions Grace raised about the contradictions and the phone are the right questions. Whether the enormous attention she brings ends up serving the truth or stampeding past it depends on whether everyone downstream of her, including you, treats her questions as questions rather than as verdicts. And that is really the heart of it. A big platform can force a case to be taken seriously. It cannot by itself make the case's resolution just. Only evidence can do that. And evidence does not care how many people are watching or how famous the person demanding answers is.
Yeah, the take a breath because that shit AI. That shit AI, man. That's why that shit AI. That shit there is crazy though. It's true though. Man, that lady could dictate some shit, nigga. That lady got a lot of power, nigga. You see how she got that? She had them pictures of that boy body in that water. She had the pictures of that boy body in the water before we did, nigga. You know? Man, there's some shit going on, but I'm reading some other shit right now. It says, I'm not going to disclose it. Hold on. But people are messaging me and telling me that there is heavy drinking and there's cocaine involved. And there's a particular person, I know the person name. I'm not going to disclose it. I'm going to go to the police first and then I will disclose it if it doesn't interfere in the investigation. But the person allegedly was offering people cocaine. Tatum said in the video, he shared it on X. He added, and someone close to Nolan, someone close to Nolan, one of his friends told me that this person was offering cocaine and rejected it from this person. And I was also told that I was also told, and this person told me that it's over 100% chance that Nolan was using cocaine during the period of the time of the they saying that okay, let's say that then. How the fuck did man, I'm not listen. If he did use drugs. It's the same thing with if he was drunk. How the fuck did he end up in the fucking water, dog? Y'all just if he used drugs, it's the same thing as him using alcohol, bro. Okay. Okay. What the fuck does that mean? How the fuck did he get in the water with y'all saying 400 people out there and nobody see him? Like, these people are crazy, dog. We not talking. Okay, he was using drugs. Okay, they was out there smoking blunts. Okay. Okay. They act like cocaine just gonna make you think you just gonna just jump off the roof or something. Man, that ain't what that shit gonna make you do. I'm like, and I've never used cocaine before. But I used to sell it though. See, this the difference when these niggas be talking. When these niggas be talking about it, nigga, they ain't done shit. They think because you use a little cocaine that you gonna go jump off a boat, nigga. I'm the king of the world. Man, come on, dog. Y'all can stop it. Y'all can stop that shit, dog. That's not what this is. Like, motherfuckers are fully Wayne, bro. Like, I'm telling you, dog, they like trying anything, dog. Like anything. If y'all used it, y'all used it. Nigga, that ain't gonna make me go jump off no boat in the mid. Man, what that's gonna make me do? Go hang my. Y'all acting like what? How the fuck did he get in the water, man? And I already got drugs feelings because I ain't seen no. They ain't said no drug. Man, you don't think that they would have tested that boy for drugs when they did the autopsy? All you gotta do is get a little bit of blood. He was only in the water 2 days. It take 3 days for the shit to get out your system. Man, don't play with me. You can play with these dumb motherfuckers that ain't never did shit, never been in the streets, and try to blend some street shit into this bullshit, bro. Like, you can't play with me like that, cuz. He over there, yeah, somebody sent a text message saying, man, I don't want... Listen, dog. Okay. Okay, Ticket. He used drugs. Okay. We all have. That don't mean he gonna jump off in the boat and go kill himself. Nigga, stop it. Y'all gotta stop it, man. So what if somebody sends some text messages that? That's called spinning a narrative, bro. These people got money, nigga. They could pay people to do shit, nigga. They got money, nigga. Yeah. Keep trying to tell y'all, bro. They be piled up in there to listen to this shit. Listen to this nigga, dog. Talk about these text messages and somebody put this out. Man, I don't want to hear that shit, my nigga. Nigga. Nigga, the reason why I say I feel like some drugs was involved, when you snort cocaine, whether it goes through your nose, right? And then it goes through your throat. So this is why I was like, well, maybe it is some drug usage. You see what I'm saying? But if he was using drugs, bro, you don't got to do all that. You just test the blood, nigga. You just test the blood, bro. So y'all don't think that that medical examiner would have said it was drug usage from the jump? My nigga, I'm trying to tell y'all, dog, stop listening to these people, fool. My nigga, like they want to be the first to try to have something. That don't mean nothing, bro. They been said it was drug use, bro. We been knew that 2-3 weeks ago, cuz, or whatever, 2 weeks ago. You know, you know, then like, hold on, like, bro, like.
Sound too low? Here's how to fix
Claims
it.
off of
Open
the
sound
table.
boost.
You see,
Instant volume
these are
boost
type
up to
of niggas.
600%.
See them East Coast niggas.
Yesterday we were out there.
See them East Coast niggas. Them the type of niggas that root for Officer Tatum. Them niggas who be motherfucking. They ain't never been nowhere around these parts to live. They don't understand about that type of nigga, fool. Real motherfuckers see that shit crystal clear. He dumb. Officer Tatum says it was heavy drug use there. Officer Tatum sat right there like this. Let me take this out of the screen real fast. Officer Tatum sat right there like this. That's what he did. Let them niggas just top. That's what he did. Officer Tatum. Bro, you gotta stop that, bro. You did that shit just to, man, come on, my nigga. Listen to this nigga. Listen to him. I'm gonna let y'all listen to this nigga.
Somebody came out there, we were using, blah, blah. Why did they do that? If they were his friends. Why? Because they ain't his friends, and I'm convinced now that they ain't his friends. I'm convinced now. Toxicology gonna tell everything. When that toxicology comes back, if that toxicology says that that boy had that stuff in his system, it's gonna tell y'all this. Everybody was afraid because it wasn't just him. And if you think Nolan was the only one that was out there once, you're out of your mind. And all
bro, but I'm saying, so the second examiner can't see that shit? Well, so, man, you telling me that we gotta wait to see if somebody was using drugs? Like we gotta wait to see if somebody was dirty for drugs? Like weeks? Man, dawg, I'm trying to understand this, dawg. We have to wait for weeks to see if somebody dirty for drugs. Man, I don't think so, fool. If a smoker overdose, the people can be like, man, that motherfucker overdose right there, right? Bro, I just got questions. I be telling y'all this shit be money grabs for these people, fool. You know, like, come on, dog. Come on, man. If a person overdoses on drugs, meaning when you overdose, that means you get unalive. Not overdose doesn't mean when somebody say almost overdose, that means you almost died. Like when you overdose, that means you cooked. The doctor can tell you, that motherfucker overdosed. That's what the motherfucker can tell you. You telling me we waiting 2-3 weeks a month, nigga, for some motherfucker to tell us that he got cocaine in the system? Two different people done touched this boy's body. 2 different states. Mm-hmm. You know, like 2 different states, man. Officer Tatum is a real one. He stopped, man, Officer Tatum ain't nothing real. Officer Tatum talking to people who wasn't even in the boat. How's opposite Tatum a real one? Remember this? That nigga wasn't even in the boat. Shut up. Officer Tatum is grabbing for money. And y'all fell for that shit. That's why I cut that shit off. We ain't watching that shit no more. What are you on the screen for, sir? What are you on the screen for, fool? You gonna protect your buddy. What are you on the screen for, man? You ain't even in the boat. So I don't be wanting to hear that shit, man. That nigga is a money grabber, nigga. Nigga, we over here trying to break this shit down like a pound. He over there grabbing money because he can make it look good. Or I can be on the beach talking to y'all. Instead of do a stream yard or interview one-on-one like everybody do, I got to go down here and fly these kids down here to make it look good. Man, we don't got to do all that to get their opinion. That's some bullshit. Ain't nothing real about that. It looks real. Name somebody else who did that right now. Come on, man. Get the fuck out of here, dog. Fuck out of here. Nigga, that nigga is against black people. That nigga wants to be white. Bad as hell. He never gonna be. Never gonna be. And this is shout out to my Caucasian brothers. But Tatum ain't gonna never be white, cuz. Never. For real, he gotta let that hurt go, man. Let that hurt go, cuz. You know. Yeah, Officer Tatum gotta let that hurt go, man. For real. You gotta shine, you gotta grind. I'm finna get up out of here, man. I've been in here too fucking long, man. Salute to everybody, man. Salute to all y'all, man. I'm out of here. I've been in here about 2 hours. It's 2 hours of power, man.
The real nightmare.
Man, and we out of here, man. It's been a hell of a show. My work is done.
Oh, bum.